Hey team, it is Crystal here, and I wanted to wait to bring our team training to you this week until after I had attended the Smart Success seminar. I knew that there would be tons of great information to bring back to you, and there is. So I wanted to do the weekly team training tonight or today. You'll be watching it tomorrow probably. Just to share with you some of the top takeaways that I had. And so the first, this weekly training that we're doing right now, I am sharing with you Brendon Burchard's 5 personal musts to reach success and high performance. And I'm really excited to share these with you because he is an amazing speaker, but also he has really literally changed the course of his life and made some incredible decisions. And he is one of the top motivational speakers in the country right now that people seek him out. I don't know if you guys know, but he's working with Oprah to help her maximize and bring her to the next level of high performance. I think Oprah has a pretty high performing level, right? So, and then he just got back from working with Usher to help him with his success and performance. So there's a ton of other names that I could probably rattle off, but I literally don't remember them all. And that doesn't matter because he's sharing these musts with us. I'm sharing them with you. I'm relaying the information over. I even signed up for a year of his mastery training because it was so spectacular. And I was like, hey, he's working with the best of the best. I want to be the best of the best. So I am going to invest to learn from the best of the best. And so I'm going to be bringing you probably a lot of stuff from him over this next year. So just to be prepared, but this is going to be the first sampling of it that I want to get across to you. So 5 personal musts to reach success and high performance. So to get to the next level, it requires a different way of thinking. So often, especially in this business, we have to change our perspective. We often get caught up on being fearful of inviting people, being fearful of posting about what we're doing or sharing our success because of what people will think, right? So number 1, you must raise your ambitions and refuse to settle. So when you write it down, I want you to write it like this: I must raise my ambitions and refuse to settle. No duh, right? That's what he said. Except we don't actually do it because we grow up and things seem pretty much set for us, right? We go and we are in our little comfort zone and we stay in our little bubble, and this is what we said that we would do, or this is what I went to college for, or this is just what my life is going to end up being. This is what happened to my parents, and then this is what happened to their parents, and it's going to happen to me too. And that's just the way that life goes. No, nope, not at all. You have more inside of you. You have more inside of you. He said, I don't want peak performance, because what happens with peak? Peak, you go up and then you crash down, right? And then you go up and then you crash down. And then you go up and then you crash down. And we don't want that. Who wants a business with a bunch of this stuff? I know I don't. So for high performance, we're looking for heightened and sustained performance. So we want to go up and we want to be climbing, and then we want to be hitting here and then maybe going up a little bit and then hitting here, and then heightened and sustained performance over time. So people limit their vision based on their current circumstances or competencies, but you need to look beyond your circumstances. We need to give ourselves permission. Essentially, that's what the reality is. We have to give ourselves permission to go break that glass ceiling that we've put over our heads. We have all put a glass ceiling on what we think is possible. And you need to give yourself permission to bust through that glass and break it and continue to fly high. Continue to keep going and to keep moving forward and making progress. Don't let your disappointments diminish your dreams. Just because you messed up, just because maybe you failed at different things before, why does that matter now? Why are you letting that portray or foreshadow your future? Why are you letting that affect you now? You can do anything that you put your mind to. If you want to move forward with something and stay consistent with something and make something successful, then you need to keep moving forward. Don't let your disappointments diminish your dreams. Success counts the most when you get to give back to your family and your heroes, right? So I want you to think about your why, because all the shiny things don't really matter when it comes down to it. What's going to get you uncomfortable? Like, hey, yeah, buying that like dream home might be on your list or on your vision board, or buying that, fancy car or something like that, or being able to travel. But when it comes down to it, what counts the most is when you get to give back to your family and your heroes. Because when you think about what your why deep down really is, it's probably something to do with your family or someone that's really, truly done something huge for you in your life, right? Somehow, some way. So you need to give yourself permission to rise. Stop beating yourself down and give yourself permission to rise, because you all are capable of that, but you are holding yourself back from your own limitations. It's all you, and you need to stop. You need to give yourself permission to rise up and overcome. So the unsuccessful person will often say like, oh, I don't have those things. The successful person says, oh, I'll figure it out. The unsuccessful person says, oh, this is just not working for me. People just don't respond to me the way that they do to her. I'm not as popular. People don't like me as much. The successful person says, I will learn and grow and figure out a way. I know that I can make this happen. I'll try harder. If your dreams are not bigger than you, then you're playing small. I love that quote. I start it, and I'm going to put it somewhere where I can see it on a regular basis. If your dreams are not bigger than you, then you're playing small. Number 2, I must live each day with more intention. And I will tell you this, guys, I love this one, because my words for this year that I'm really focused on are focus and intention, being more intentional. I want to be more intentional in everything I do this year, with my family, with my fitness, in my business, in my faith. Everything I do, I want to be more intentional with my friends, all of it. And so I love that he said this, but he did say that this is a hard one to really get a grip on, right? This is probably the hardest out of the 5. So I want you to take down a couple of these notes. So I must live each day with more intention. Write it down like that. Not you must. I must live each day with more intention. So sometimes you just need a shift in perspective, right? We get so stuck in our ways. And think about it. I want you to think about your grandparents, or maybe even your parents, who are so stuck in their ways that they won't do something just little, and you know it would help them so much, but they won't do it because they're so stuck in their ways. But are you doing the same thing? Are you not willing to try something new because you're so stuck in your ways? So think about that. Are you open to changing your perspective, to shifting your mindset? Are you open to that, and are you actively trying to do that? Every morning we get to say, am I going to show up today? So you ask yourself, every day is a new day, a new chance to be the best version of yourself, to give everything that you have to make this work, to move forward. And every day you have a choice. So are you going to show up today? That's the question, and you should be asking yourself that on a regular basis, every single day. Live, love, and matter. That's what Brendon started out with. That was what his Instagram pages, that's what his Facebook pages, live, love, and matter. And people love intentional people. So every morning we have a chance to be more intentional. We have a chance to love on people. We have a chance to show up. We have a chance to be better. If you could set up your intentions of who you wanted to be each day, would you do it? Yeah, right? Of course you would. Like, why wouldn't you? So common sense is not always common practice, right? So there's often a lot of things that, especially in this business, we're like, oh, duh, that's kind of just, yeah, of course I should know that. But it doesn't mean we do it. Like the 3 vital behaviors are so easy, but many people don't do them on a consistent basis, which is why most people aren't successful in this, right? But it's a choice. It's common sense. Like, oh yeah, invite people. Of course I have to invite people to the party if I want them to come to my party, right? Same thing. Of course I have to invite people to my challenge group if I want people to come. They're not just going to show up. Of course I have to invite people to the coach opportunity. I have to share what I'm doing with them. I have to share why I started with them. I have to share these things because no one's just going to be like, hey, Crystal, I want to coach. Yeah, I want to coach. I don't know anything about it, but yeah, sure. I want to do it. Well, just sign me up. Yeah. No, it's not going to happen like that. So common sense is not always common practice, right? You have to invite. I know so many coaches don't do that because if everyone was doing that, everyone would be hitting Success Club. Everyone would be moving forward in their business. Everyone would be having success if you did that consistently. So unfortunately, we need to start making sure that we are putting these things into common practice, right? So I want you to think of the 3 words that would best describe you, or the 3 words that you want to be that would best describe you in the future. And then I want you to put those things in your phone as an alarm. So loving, driven, consistent, loyal, steadfast, whatever it might be for you. Put those 3 things in your phone as an alarm that goes off on a daily basis or a weekly basis at the absolute least. And put it on your mirror. Put it on your dashboard. Put it where you can see it so that it will remind you what your goals are, what your focus is, and that you are going to be intentional with those 3 words that you want to describe you. Part of the high performance is to set up triggers for important things. So if you consider this important, that's why you need to put the affirmations on your mirror or on your dashboard or in your phone. Because if you don't set that trigger, you're not going to remember those things. It's not going to become something that changes you. So you need to make sure that you do that. So we need to master these 5 intentions, right? 5 intentions. So we have number 1, psychology, right? So what are your intentions? What am I thinking on a regular basis? That's really important. What are you feeding your brain? What are you telling yourself? Oh, I suck at this. I'm horrible. I'm never going to be successful. Or are you filling your brain with personal development, leadership development? You're filling your brain with lots of amazing stuff. And then telling yourself, I can do this. Yes, I am capable. Okay, I'm going to help that many X amount of people this week. I'm going to help this many people this month. I can do this. I have a purpose. Like, what are you going to say? What are you going to tell yourself? Number 2, physiology, taking care of the temple that you have been gifted. So we kind of have a leg up on a lot of other entrepreneurs because we are doing that in this business. This business requires us to a certain degree. I mean, nobody's like, holding a gun to your head or anything, but this business requires us to be taking care of our temple, right? Never, he said this is really funny, never would you throw crap bags, I'll say it a little bit nicer, bags of crap at your house and like stain it and put all kinds of nasty stuff all on the outside of your house. Would you kick down the door? Would you beat through the windows? Would you do that to your house? Of course not. Of course not. That is your home. That is your treasure, right? So why would we ever destroy and pollute our bodies? We have one body. We often live in more than one house in our lives, right? We have one body. So why would you pollute it with fake sugars, chemicals, crap, foods that make you give indigestion and you have to take pills in order to eat? Why would you do that? You have one body, so you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself in that physiological way, that you are taking care of your body so that you can master this. You can be a master, right? So you need to really focus on that. Number 3 is productivity. So starting on your own life, it starts the day that you take true responsibility of your life. Not just to produce more, but to have more because it's your life's work. So again, it's not for the shiny things. It's not for the fancy car, the fancy house, whatever else and stuff like that. It's your life's work. This is what I am meant to do. It's for that purpose. You are working with purpose and passion. And that is what it's all about. And that will help you be productive. That will help you be productive. So you need to really take true responsibility. Ask yourself, if you're getting stuck in the scroll, like, what is my purpose? Remind yourself. Again, post it so that you will remember it. What are those 3 words that we just talked about that would best describe you, and why do you want those things to happen? Why are you going to be that person? Why are you going to do those things? What is your why? So why are you going to be productive? So when you get caught up in the silly little things or the 50 million different distractions, focus in and you will be more productive. Number 4 is persuasion, the ability to have the impact that you want. We all have to master that, right? And then number 5 is purpose. When you live these, you will attract better people into your life. And where there's joy and confidence, that will happen. So those who believe they can figure it out, do. So if you believe you can figure it out, you will. Plain and simple. If you want the best for yourself and you're learning, then keep learning from the best. So are you continually progressing and growing? Are you moving forward? Are you aiming to really seek out the best of the best in the particular subject that you need to get better in? So for me, I'm looking, like I said, this year to be more intentional. So I really, really want to have more, listen to more podcasts, do more research on how to be more focused, how to be more productive, how to have better time management, because all of those things will help me to be more intentional in what I'm doing. Also, leadership. I'm aiming to grow in leadership. I want to be able to help my leaders become better leaders, and then those who are newer coaches to rise up and become leaders. And I need to become a better leader in order to do that. So I am making sure that I am focused on learning about how to become the best leader that I can be. Not everything. I'm not trying to learn everything, but I'm focused on those 2 things this year in order to move forward and continue to progress and grow. And you need to be doing that as well. Number 3, I must no longer fear rejection. I will tell you this, and I hope that you guys are watching, but I have certain people in my head that came into my thoughts when this came up, and I was like, oh, this person really needs to hear this, and this person really needs to hear this. I must no longer fear rejection. I want you to write that down, and I want you to say it out loud. I must no longer fear rejection. Brendon said, are you in high school? And we all looked around. Nobody there was in high school. And none of you are in high school. So why do you care what people think about you? Because you're not in high school. So if you care about what people think about you, then you are still in high school. And that might seem pretty blunt, but that's exactly what he said. So rejection barely ever happens. So I want you to think, we did this exercise, I want you to think about how many people you've interacted with over your whole entire life. Is it 300? 500? 1,000 maybe? Have you interacted with 1,000 people? Let's just say it's 700, okay? If you've interacted with 700 people in your whole entire life, I want you to then think of how many people have rejected you to the point that it's really shaped your life. Think about that for a second. How many people have rejected you to the point that it has shaped your life? Maybe it's usually probably an average of 3 to 7, right? That's typically what it is. He said he travels all over the world, and it's the average of 3 to 7 is what all the audiences say all over the world when he asks that question, right? Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that he's seen and he's talked to. So if we have an average of 700 people that we have interacted with over our life, and let's just take the high number, 7 of them, 7 people have rejected us so badly that it's shaped our lives in a different, like moved us in a different direction. That is such a small percent. So are you going to cower in fear because of those people? Or are you going to move forward and blossom because of all of the other 693 other people? Don't let fear of rejection control you, because you are living a small life if you do. Live bigger. Dream bigger. Humanity is always leaning positive. If you're driving your life according to 7 people instead of the other 693, how much sense does that make? It doesn't. This is what Brendon said. He said, you're too damn pretty and you're too damn old. You're not 18, so you need to get over it. You're the one who gives someone permission to make you feel bad. So don't let them have permission. If you have haters, block them. Delete it. Move on. What does it matter? What about that person that you helped that thanked you for helping to them to get their confidence back? Or that person who said, thank you for just being there for me. Or that person who said, thank you so much. This is what I needed exactly when I needed it. What about those people? Are you going to forget about those people and just focus on the one person who rejects you? You're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing everybody else out there a disservice. Because what if those people out there are ready and waiting for you to help them, and you don't put it out there because of that one person that's affected you in your life before, and now you're afraid of rejection, and you're missing out on opportunities to help people? That's pretty horrible, right? It doesn't make any sense, does it? Not at all. So I must no longer fear rejection. Number 4, to follow that up, I must face my fear and jump in. Allow the struggle. Honor the struggle. The struggle is what forges character. I know you guys have heard that before. You know, I've said often, I've heard often from other places too, you know, nothing worth having comes easy. It's always going to be hard, right? Was it easy to get your college degree? Was it easy to have your children? Was it easy to accomplish any major thing in your life? I'm betting that you're saying no. I'm betting that it wasn't easy. So struggle is what produces character. And so I must face my fear and jump in. That's what we say, like kick fear in the face. We say that you should be, you know, eating that frog or whatever you want to call it. You should be doing something that scares you often, because then all of a sudden, guess what? You do it and it doesn't scare you anymore. You get over it and you grow and you learn and you move forward and you make progress. And that's amazing. That's what we should be doing. But so many people get stuck in that bubble. So many people get stuck in that comfort zone because of fear, because of rejection, because of all of those different things, their baggage that they're pulling with them from whatever they had happen in the past before. But I want you to focus forward, fail forward, put your blinders on and just jump in. You got to just jump sometimes. I think it's Martin Luther King who says, just take the first step. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just do it, right? Just do it. Panic always follows lack of preparation. So if you are starting to get panicked, it's because you're not prepared. Now, do you have to know everything about everything to do anything? No, you don't. But prepare yourself to a certain degree. Don't be an idiot with in the headlights or whatever. Find your fears, get mentorship, and jump in. We have so many mentors on this team, you guys. We have so many mentors on our team above us. We have so many people that you can reach out to through corporate, through anything else. We have all of our trainings that we do. There's so much mentorship just at your fingertips. So find your fears, get mentorship on how to approach it, whatever that might be, how to do it, and jump in. Because what are you going to accomplish just wallowing in your fear of rejection or whatever else it might be? Nothing. You're going to stay exactly the same. You're not going to get anywhere. So if you want to move forward, if you want to change something in your life, which if you're doing this, you're here for a reason. And I'm pretty sure you want something to change. I'm pretty sure that you want something to be different moving forward. So you can't stay the same. You can't stay in your bubble. You have to get out of it if you want change to occur. Number 5, I must refocus and get more committed, right? Want and desire versus what is required, right? Want, oh, I want this. I really want this. I really do. Want is easy. It's comfortable. Yeah. What is required is much different. So when I say, for me, Success Club 10 is non-negotiable. I really mean it. I really mean non-negotiable. So what is required in order to hit that? Some months, it might be a little easier for me because I've built up a good momentum and things are just kind of flowing in, and I've got a really great, I posted a really great thing about 22 hardcore and a bunch of people, contacted me. Yay. It was easy to hit Success Club this month, but there's going to be months that it's not, right? So you might have to work harder. What is required to get there to that non-negotiable might be more. You might have to put forth more effort. You may have to invite more people. You might have to get more uncomfortable. But if you want to have high performance, your non-negotiable is just that, a non-negotiable. It's not a, oh, I'd like to, I really want to, I really want to do this. I would really like to. And I know that this is really going to, I know that you're going to think that this might be directed at you. There's going to be certain people that think this is directed at them. It's not directed at any one person. But if you feel like it is, then you probably need to check yourself and refocus and get more committed. Because if you feel like it's speaking to you, it probably is, right? Again, I don't have any one specific person in mind. I did for the other thing, for the fear. But for this, no. But, do you just want it? Or are you going to do what's required to make it happen? Because we all have the capabilities to do what's required to make it happen. We all have the capabilities to make it happen and to make it happen every single month. But are you doing them? Are you doing them? I am. I'm committed to it. And you might say oh, of course you are. You're making this much money and you're doing this and whatever else. Okay, I did it in the beginning too. I set my non-negotiables and I committed to it and I did it and I made it happen. And was I perfect? No, not at all. There's a lot of times that was far from perfect. But I did what was required. And so I'm asking you, are you going to do what you want, what you desire, or are you going to do what's required? If you aren't as motivated as you want to be, or you're struggling to get it done, it's because it's for yourself. Your why is not big enough. When you have a bigger purpose, a bigger mission, a bigger drive, that's what will push you through. That's what will get you to be uncomfortable. That's what will make you make it happen when you need to make it happen, not just want to or desire it, but when you have a bigger purpose or a bigger mission. I have such a deep, deep burning desire for more people to feel the freedom, the financial freedom, the time freedom that I have, that I continue to work and push hard, because I know what I have is a gift. And it's a gift that nobody should be denied, and that should be available to anybody that wants to run with it. That's why I push through. That's what motivates me and drives me to be better every single day. So I want you to think, what is that drive? Because if you're not as motivated as you want to be, you're not going big enough. It's all about yourself and maybe that fancy car, but you've got to get bigger. You've got to make something happen. You are capable of doing it. I hope that wasn't too in your face, but at the same time, I really kind of hope it was. Because sometimes we need a little reality check, a little wake-up call. And I want you to realize that you are capable of high performance and reaching success. But you need to actually push forward, get uncomfortable, stop giving into your fears, and really commit to making it happen. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week.